our first match is going to be Matt Smith versus Dave Beres. The winner of that match is going to go on to bowl our 4-seed Chris Hill. The winner of that match will go on to bowl the 3-seed Scott Woolwind. And then our 2nd seed, Anthony Lacaze, and our tournament leader, Derek Sapp, who was in the booth with us just a little bit ago. All weekend long, we've been joined by some celebrity guests, and one of my favorites is going to be with us until the finals is Matt McNiel. Matt, welcome to the booth, and thank you, sir, for subbing in and helping us out, even with the defeat you just had to deal with.
Well, thanks, Mike. It's a pleasure to be here, as always. And the defeat was kind of self-initiated, so that's bowling, and we'll move on to live to fight another day. So, but I think we got a really exciting couple of matches coming up here. So much talent out there, and guys are really forced in now. So it's going to be very interesting to see how the carry goes, because of course when they're in this far, carry always gets you lose that entry angle, and carry tends to go down a little bit. But it looks like Dave's been playing out, and I think out on the higher end of the house is actually a pretty good option, and he made it look pretty good in the match before. But I'm liking Dave's odds over Matt Smith, just because I think Dave has better carry. He's got, he's playing that extreme outside line, so he's got a better entry angle into the pocket. I think he's going to carry more. Matt's playing just really far inside, and it doesn't look like he has all that great of a look to the pocket right now, but we'll, of course, see when the match begins.
We are here at the Fusion Realtors Open in Waterloo, Iowa at Cadillac Lanes. A lot of hard work has gone into this event, more than just most. Joe Engelkiss and his staff have been unbelievable to work with.
Certainly.
His daughter and his wife and the whole staff here at Cadillac, I couldn't have asked for a better team to work with. I came up alone, but I am not going home without gaining new friends.
And also Brad Feynman and his staff here at Cadillac Lanes, just phenomenal. Great job. They're always on top of everything, scoring issues. If a pin sitter has an issue, I tell you, it's... And the whole community's out here. The newspaper guy's out here. He's snapping photos. If you're sitting at home watching this right now and you're within like 8 hours of this tournament, I hope we see you here at the next one in February, or if anything, here at Cadillac next year, because this is a must-attend event. 189 bowlers. We almost sold out. And it's been a great experience, and it's a great thing for the sport of bowling.
Matt gets us started out here in the match. First frame, left lane.
Yep. Dave's chose for Matt to start, so Dave will not finish. He's going to make if any shots have to be made for the wheat, he's going to make Matt throw them. But I don't. Just offhand here, Mike, and I don't want to kill the suspense or not create any sports drama, because I love that. I think we're going to see kind of a one-sided match here with Dave. I think he's lined up pretty nice, and I think he's going to do pretty well.
Well, he's flipped to the other side of the building now. First couple shots are going to be key in seeing what he actually does here. And goes through the face. Matt Smith, don't underestimate him. He is a gamer.
He's a grinder.
And Tom Hess commented earlier, he set a record for the PBA for qualifying at one of the tour stops. So definitely don't want to count him out.
No, not at all. He's a tough opponent. He always keeps it around the hole, which is the big thing. The only thing is, if Dave makes enough good shots, he's going to carry more often than Matt is. That's just what I'm seeing from the two angles they're playing. So we shall see here, but second frame for Dave on the left lane.
Monkey see, monkey do, 7 spare apiece.
Mm-hmm. And we'll see here, this high end of the house is where, I was talking to Brad Feynman about the high end of the house, and this is where they have all the leagues. That's pretty good. Oh, I thought that was going to be a pretty good shot there. Just looks like... Dave's maybe just getting a little lethargic out there, it seems like, and just getting a little too soft in the hand. He needs to speed up. And
well, in those other matches, Matt, you know, it's kind of like you got to get through all those matches to even have a chance at this. And now everybody's shifted to that side of the building. It's very, very quiet in here. Totally different setting. And now he's had a little bit of time in the break with us setting up the cameras and everything. A lot of people have been telling him how great he did and how great he's stolen the ball. And maybe he relaxes a little bit.
Yeah, and it seems to be the case going high. I mean, looks like we're waiting on a ball return here.
This is about the first call that we've had as far as having to deal with ball returns or anything like that.
Yeah, they've been running really good. I mean, for
really good.
For a 50-lane center, I mean, I used to be a pin tech for Brunswick back when I was in high school, and looks like something's going on here. Oh, I think he needs the 7 set back up. I think it fell late. But it's a lot of work maintaining these machines and keeping them adjusted right and oiled right and running properly. So to have all 50 running superb is quite an accomplishment. So here we go. We're having the full Greek church set back up for Dave. I think he's just going to go for 3 here, and he'll be trailing by a little bit, depend on what Matt does here for count in the second frame.
A lot of added money for this event. Fusion Realtors, of course. Shannon Buchan comes by and says they should make them even tougher. It's a 2.8 to 1 ratio, Kegel's winding road pattern with some tweaks, some more 2-to-2s added. It is a sport compliant pattern. The event was not sport sanctioned, but which I completely understand. But that's what's going on as I had my browser over a little bit on the screen there. It's a new feature we have. Trying to get used to it. But the sponsors of this event, which we cannot stress enough that this event is this large because of it. Brunswick, Budweiser, Rydell Chevrolet, Waterloo Convention and Visitors Bureau, Cedar Valley Sports Commission, and Waterloo Implement, and of course Fusion Realtors.
Yeah, and Zach at Fusion Realtors, just kudos and thank you so much if you're out there listening. I think he's back here right now, isn't he?
He's here, yes, he is.
Okay. But, I ran into him at the casino last night and just, thank you, just for what he does for our sport here in Waterloo, so that's great. All right, so back to the action, third frame. A pair of half buckets for Matt, see what he does. Takes a Brooklyn.
That's pretty common. Yeah. You go light, and you go up and you fudge one in the middle of the lane.
That's a good fudge.
He'll gladly take that strike. We saw you do that, actually, at the 11th frame open early in the match.
Yep, I took advantage of that, Brooklyn. It's only a break when you take advantage of it.
It is. Beres up right away, taking no time.
And that's a much better shot there.
That's the best shot of the match thus far.
Yeah, that's...
Rob Gottschall coming by and saying goodbye to us.
Those photos you took yesterday? What's that? Those photos you took yesterday, will you put them on Facebook and tag me in them?
Drive safe, guys.
Rob wants to make sure that the photos we took yesterday of everyone up in the booth, make sure those were put out on Facebook, and he was tagged in them. So a great opportunity to let you know that we do have Facebook and Twitter. Check us out.
Oh, that's a little right.
Not a bad shot, though. Not terrible. Yep.
Exactly. Not terrible. But you could just see he leaked that one a little right. Well, I mean, that's a good sign because he's freeing up the arm swing and he's getting aggressive out there. Where those first 2 shots were very, very hesitant. So, still got a close match here.
So there's a spare for Beres. time for Smith to get it going. Matt's looking for you. It's a great shot by Mr. Smith there. It's a huge double, capitalizing on that Brooklyn. See what Matt does here on the left lane after going Brooklyn.
Yep, just come on down. Scoot up a little bit.
Great shot there by Matt. Let's go ahead and throw it down to Matt McNiel with our 4 seed, Chris Hill. Matt?
Thanks, Mike. Chris, number 4 seed. You'll face the winner of this match. What do you think going into it?
I'm just trying to keep my mind clear. Mentally, I've been just trying to focus on making one shot at a time. And I hate to be cliche, but I think that's kind of the game plan, is to get a sense of what's out there and just try to repeat as much as possible.
How do you feel your ball reaction is right now this late in the day?
Actually, I had a better look the further I got in at times, so I kind of am okay with the fact that I think they're transitioning pretty bad, but until you get out there and really see it for yourself, it's hard to say for sure what the ball's going to do.
Well, sounds like he's got a great game plan, and we'll be looking forward to seeing him in the next match. Back to you, Mike.
All right, thank you, Matt. Appreciate that. It's always great to have on-lane reporting like Matt's doing for us today, also filling in the booth. Thank you so much. And now here's Beres.
How was that? I thought that.
So we saw a blower 9 by Matt Smith while you were away, Mr. McNiel.
Okay.
So kind of the carry gods got the best of him there, because in the 3rd frame he went Brooklyn, and then he threw a good shot in the 4th and then left a 9 there, so it would have been a double either way.
Took advantage. So now this is a big shot because Dave's got to get back in this match, down by 23 here. This is the must. Oh, that's right. Way right, David. And it looks like he's having trouble trusting it. You know, that was the lane that he Greek churched on, and he's just really had trouble trusting the ball and rolling it to the spot. And looks like he's just kind of flailing around it. And trust me, that's a lot easier than said than done here on this pattern, especially when you're throwing for the wheat too. All right, makes his spare. It's kind of hanging around, down by 23. 4 frames to play here. And we'll see Matt Smith up on the right lane. You know, Mike, I wish we had the old Nelson Burton Jr. pen, the drawing pen, when Nelson would always make his circle and his X and then his line to show you where the guy was going to be playing.
Well, Brian's actually already got that designed, but I can barely handle what we already have.
Okay.
But he does have it designed.
Maybe for
like here, I got this this mouse right here.
Okay. Oh,
so,
I like it.
You know, I could say he's going to be looking around right here.
Yep.
And his break point's going to be somewhere down around there.
Yep. Yeah, he's just going to try to be in between the tracer boards down lane. If anything, maybe right around that 15 board tracer. Oh my. Oh, Matt. Very uncharacteristic, Matt. Me, yes, you could see me chopping one of those, but not that, Matt.
So 113 in the 6 for Smith.
That's a big reprieve.
It is.
For Dave, because now he's only down by 1 double. Before he was down by almost a 4-bagger with the count situation that he was looking at. So, you know, we're looking at, if Dave can get up and muster a couple good shots, he's right back in this match. Let's go to the side view. Matt playing the extreme inside part of the lane. 7 frame. Oh, no.
He stayed down and threw that shot, though, and, you know, that's something for the folks at home. You know, staying down and threw the shot till about when the ball hits the pins is always a good thing. So he posts the shot, so looks like...
he threw it too good, is really what happened. I mean, he threw it too good where it just started early, and, I mean, if he would have fudged it, it probably would have come up light for a half bucket or maybe swished him around.
Could have been inside a target, possibly.
Yes. And he'll just take his 2 here. But what a turnaround in this match, my goodness. Dave Beres now steps up with a 1-pin lead.
Your back. This won't do.
Hey, thanks.
All right.
Take care.
So, what a change in
All right, see you, buddy.
We're being bombarded by people as they roll out of town.
Oh, and look at this. Here comes Dave with a strike. So Dave, sitting on the bench, down by 23, is now leading by a pin, depending on his count here. My goodness, what a turn in the tide. So 8th frame, and Beres really has him right where he wants him now. I mean, he can really squeeze Matt Smith with another strike here.
There's
So
a good look at Matt there at the mic, and Joe Engelkiss, our tournament director, writing
Honest.
out some checks.
That's Honest Joe.
Hanging out with us up here in the booth.
Honest Joe Engelkiss. All right, big shot. Oh, and he moved in.
Oh, he
and
sure did.
flushed it. Oh, my. What a move. The
You know,
guy.
Beres might run the whole thing.
Oh, I would love to see it.
If Dave Beres won this event, that would be unbelievable. Probably
Just-
one of his best finishes ever.
Oh, hands down. Just a Cinderella story. I mean, just
Oh.
out of nowhere, you know. Just the quiet, calm.
Yeah, I'm
Dave
Dave Beres.
Beres.
I'm Dave Beres. One of the nicest guys you can meet, too.
Oh, yeah.
My broadcasting partner, Doug Lakey, usually, he is a huge fan of Dave Beres and his crew. Jason Poley and Chad Moss and Chad Kloss. The Chad Wreckers.
Oh, no. And it's just unraveling now for Matt Smith. Just unravel. He chops the spare, goes high, now goes light. It's 210. Has to make it if he really wants any chance of staying in this match. And I'm going to address a quick question in the chat room here, Mike. To C. Voss, yes, I did play in, and I kind of thought out was the place to play in the practice session, and found out that it was not after the 5:02 start yesterday. So played them in today, and much better result. So very happy I got to make the top 10, and made a little money and had fun. Got to see friends. So
This is a must-strike
Oh, yeah.
situation here for
hands
Matt
down,
Smith.
any chance. And he switched balls. Oh, and it paid off. That was a good shot. That's a gutsy. That's like making, as Nelson would say, a Sunday ball.
That's right.
That's
Joining us now also in the booth is Joe Engelkiss, our tournament director. Joe, nice to have you here up in the booth with us.
Thank you.
You've not only you've had to bowl the event and run the event with your great family. I can't tell you enough what a great job that they have done here this weekend that has even allowed you to bowl.
Yeah, for the last 20 years they've been helping me out, and it's really the only way I would agree to be the administrator of the Greater Iowa Bowling Association was because I had them to take care of things on the tournament day, and that let me keep bowling.
Joe, you've been able to get a lot of sponsorship money for this event as we watch Dave Beres here.
That's got a chance.
Another great shot by Beres. But, Joe, talk a little bit about where the money came from and how you were a little bit about to acquire that money and why it's so important to the city of Waterloo.
Well, we started out last year, the Waterloo Convention and Visitors Bureau basically designated a pretty good sized chunk of change to tournament bowling, and we spread it out amongst 3 different tournaments last year. Going into this year, they kind of changed their rules, and we had to put out our own applications. And after the success we had with the first tournament last September, we got to talking between a bunch of us and decided why not shoot for the moon and go for the second tournament. And it's about an 8-page document you have to fill out to do the application process for the funding. And we were lucky enough that they thought enough about our tournament last year that they agreed to do a second tournament for us, and basically we get about a total of $20,000 from them for the 2 tournaments. It really is it comes from hotel motel tax funding. That's where the money is. So the more people we can bring in from out of town, the better chance we have of continuing to get that funding. So
Absolutely.
that's basically it.
And Beres here needs 8 on 2 balls, makes it interesting.
He's got 6. The smart money though says Dave's going to get 2 here.
3.
3. Yeah, the smart money says he's going to get 3, but it's very
Sure.
easy to get 2.
Yeah, it really is. As we take a look here, if he were to only get 2, Matt Smith could step up and strike out, which is no easy task either.
No, that's good.
That's a winner for Dave Beres. He continues to steamroll along, and he'll go on to face Chris Hill. But Joe, back to what we were talking about there. Who are your great sponsors of this event? You've got the City of Waterloo with the Convention and Visitors Bureau, of course, Fusion Realtors. Who are some of the others?
Some of the other sponsors we have are Waterloo Implement, Rydell Chevrolet, the local Budweiser distributorship, Bar Beverage with Budweiser and Bud Light, and Beck Sports Brewery is another sponsor.
Was there last night. Excellent place.
Yeah, they have a really nice setup up there.
Looks like Matt Smith is going to be your 6th place finisher, and he is going to receive $1,000 on his 120 entry fee.
Yeah, great bowling great week of bowling for Matt Smith. Nothing to be ashamed about at all. He bowled great all week, and I'm sure he's got a little extra bracket money in his pocket to go along with that 1,000. So, fine job.
Joe, you have another event coming up here in February. Could you tell us a little bit about that one?
Yeah, that tournament's going to be held at Maple Lanes, which is a 32-lane center. We're trying to figure out the logistics of how we're going to open it up for enough of the bowlers to come back. A couple of possibilities. We may go to 5 on a pair and have 2 qualifying squads, which would allow us to get 160 bowlers. The other option would be to try to get a 3rd squad in on a Saturday, which is going to make for a late night, long day for my tournament staff. They're balking a little bit at that option, but one way or the other, we're going to figure out a way to at least get the 160 number.
Yeah, and of course, I don't know if a lot of people know that Maple Lanes is under new ownership, correct, Joe?
That's right. Last year, I guess it was around the 1st of December, Bruce Strom, the longtime proprietor, was ready to retire, and he actually sold the bowling center to a group that includes Fran and Rich Amy, who have been owner of the Fran's Pro Shop for many years here and highly respected in the bowling community around the Midwest. They've done some great things with that bowling center.
Yeah, I got to stop in there Friday and Saturday night, and the bowling center is keeping its retro look, which I think a lot of people really like and enjoy, and it makes one of the things it makes it a unique bowling center. But also on the other hand, they've totally redone the bar, and Fran's Pro Shop is now in Maple Lanes, and they just did a beautiful job with that. So it's got some different additions, but definitely a lot of positive changes over there.
Yeah, and they're working real hard with us. We're trying to put together something to do a little different on Friday night, and rather than do a pro-am or that style event. We're going to maybe try to have a junior tournament of some sort, and maybe bring in about 8 of the top finishers in that tournament to bowl in the regular tournament on Saturday and Sunday. Trying to throw some things around there, and Maple's already committed to possibly donating money toward the prize fund for that junior tournament in order to pay for those spots. A lot of talk going on. We're going to make it a really big event. Looking for some other sponsors again too, but guaranteed we'll have over $12,000 out of prize money for that one too.
No, that's just phenomenal. So I know everybody in Minnesota and the surrounding states always look forward to these Fusion Realtor tournaments. Now we're running 2 a year, and it's just a great thing you're doing. So I know, at least on my part, everybody's really appreciative of all the hard work you guys put in.
We did get a lot of nice compliments this weekend, and it makes you feel like all the work's worth it. So it's a good thing.
Well, I can tell you on behalf of my team at InsideBowling.com and myself and our self-started company, I'll tell you, we were really happy to be here at this event. We've been at a lot of events already, and I can tell you that this has been the smoothest running event that we've had thus far, and it reminds me a lot of the events that we run. Your tournament staff, I told them I would feel proud to have them on my team any day, and it's not every day you come across that. So I enjoy the relationship that we have, and I appreciate you paying us a little bit of money to come up here.
Yeah, certainly. It's been fun having you guys here. You know, and the tournament staff, of course, they're pretty close to me, being my family, but my wife and daughter have been doing this for a very long time, and they really do know the workings in and out, and it runs smooth every time. That's why I get to bowl.
What's so awesome is I love it how they're actually the ones logging the scores down there for us up on the screen, and they're just doing a fantastic job down there.
It's always good to hear.
And while the players are warming up, we're going to throw it back down to Matt McNiel, who's standing by with our sixth place finisher, Mr. Matt Smith. Matt?
Thanks, Mike. Matt, great weekend of bowling for you. Sixth place, $1,000. Looks like that last pair just kind of got a little tricky. The ball change came kind of late. What were your thoughts there?
You know, it was moving across the house like that. It was difficult to stay dead on with your shots. Each pair was so unique and so different. It was hard to keep everything in line. So I was a little disappointed with the way it ended up, but I was happy with the end result.
Sounds good. Any predictions for the next match?
Well, Dave's been on a pretty good roll here. He's won 3 matches in a row. I like his chances. He's got a lot of experience. He's a PBA regional champion, and I see Dave overcoming the first match.
Are we going to see you at the February event here in Maple?
Plan is I will be here unless something comes up.
All right. Look forward to seeing him again at our next event at Maple Lanes. Back up to you, Mike.
Matt, excellent as always as our on-lane reporter, and joining me in the booth. He is our chameleon out there getting it done. So thank you so much, Matt, and to the competitors being willing to get mic'd up like that.